Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Everything good, up and running? Hope so. A little bit different today. Oh man, I finally have internet. I feel so good. What's up, Mr. 89, Danger Dan, Silent Screamer, Frank? Yes, we're gonna try to do our best to assemble a PC today. I don't know how far. You know what I forgot? I forgot my drink. Can y'all give me 2 seconds to go get my drink? I left it in the refrigerator. I'll be right back. Apologies. All right, we're back. Put it in a container today so I don't spill it. I'm going to take a swig and then I'll move it off the table. How is everybody? I had my headphones on. I don't know if I'm going to need them. Oh, thank you, Frank. Thank you. I love you too, COD MWG. Hey, man, Timothy, thank you so much for the leggy. What is up, Mr. Clues? All right, let me move some of these things away so we're not worried about knocking over a drink anytime today. I'm going to put this on the outside corner, far away from everything that could be issues for us. All right, so I don't know how I'm going to do this from a camera setup perspective. I tested a couple of things. I have a workspace over here. I have this. We're just going to jump in and get started the best we can. And I'm going to need all the help you can get. I will post some links in the chat. This is the motherboard that we're starting with if you want to follow along. Right, so that is the motherboard. This is the case. Oh, let me put these in both chats, honestly. Let me put this in the restream chat so everybody can see it. Here is the motherboard. Here is the case. Good morning, Rage. How are you doing, sir? All right, that's the case. Here is the liquid cooling. Here is the GPU. What happened to my beard? I think I've covered this already on the stream. I have an issue going on with my face, and the hair stopped growing in patches. Like in here, I had some mouth surgery, and when they did the mouth surgery, my hair stopped growing in like patches. I've been to the dermatologist. I've been everywhere. Like I wouldn't want this to be my face, obviously, but you can see how it's just smooth right here, just so smooth. It's just sometimes things in life don't go exactly like you want. I used to have the best beard in the entire world. That was one of the things that attracted my wife to me was that man, he has a sexy beard. I don't have one anymore, so maybe one day. It's kind of sad, but we'll get it. Yeah, so Hitman, there's the story behind the beard. I know it's not a pretty one. Before I get started, I am an IT nerd, but it has been 10 years since I have built a PC. I have built hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of PCs, but it's been quite a minute. Thank goodness Ash17's here. He's our computer building up expert, I think. Thank you, Rage. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right. It's always safety precautions for me. I don't want to ruin any of these. You want me to increase the volume of the mic? You got it. Does this help a little bit? Is this a little bit better? Oh, I'm sorry, Ash. Okay, he's on both of them. All right, let me make this strap a little bit tighter. I am using a mic. You want me to use a handheld mic? Can you hear me? Okay, good. I have a set of wireless mics that you can kind of clip onto your headboard, but the Go XLR does not. You have no knowledge? Well, Cluzy, I was counting on you, homie. All right, let me get grounded here. Should be grounded pretty well. Okay. Now I believe we're grounded. Yeah, I have different types of mics, and this one, obviously, I can change the pickup to where you can hear me from further away, whether you're close. You can hear it all the same. I just don't have that set up because it's not normally something that I would do. All right, let's jump into this. I'm going to try my best. Hopefully, this is able to be seen and everything like that works out because it's kind of looks a little bit rotated. Let me do this. Transform. Edit transform. So we're going to rotate. That should make it a little bit straighter. Yay? Okay. All right. Wow, you had surgery on your right side of your head when you were 9, Frank. Wow. Man, I've had surgeries when I was a baby too, but mine was on my leg. So if you consider your feet, I know we're not building a PC yet, but if you build your if your feet are supposed to be straight forward like this, this is how my feet were when I was born. So I had one foot turned in and one foot regular. My left foot was correct. My right foot was turned in. So they had to break it and straighten it. And I wore a cast on this leg here for a lot. And then they put a brace in between my shoes. So if you've ever seen Forrest Gump, I had the Forrest Gump brace and I had to walk like that and I had to learn like that and I had to sleep like that. It was terrible. Whew. Okay, so here is what we started. I know that not everybody is a fan of every single computer component part. I have always been a fan of MSI. They have always been good to me. So I went with primarily an MSI build here. So you'll see a lot of components from MSI. So we're going to go from there. All right. Thank you, Frank. Looks like a pretty cool. I'm going to see if I can show you all this. It may not. It's kind of blurry. We'll go ahead and just get this out of the box. Very nice. This is heavy. Heavy. Motherboard. These other things out of the way. Let's get the accessory box out of here. And from there, we can now have a platform to work on. Right? Yeah, the autofocus will throw it off a little bit, Ash. I don't know how to turn the autofocus off. This is not the camera that I would normally use. Properties. I don't know how to resolution, buffering. Yeah, it doesn't really say, unfortunately, a way to turn the autofocus off. My apologies, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right. We'll get there. Y'all saw the really nice photo of the box, so that's good enough, right? Let's jump in. so as always, when you're taking components out, be very careful, because there are usually pins and other things like that that can be bent very, very easily, right? Okay. So if I need to turn up the lighting, maybe that'll help a little bit, and we can go from there. This will cover up some of my chat, but at least I can see kind of how it's going and see a little bit more light. Let me increase the light here on my key light as well, and that should help. Okay. Hopefully that helps a little bit better. Welcome back, Hitman. All right, so I'm gonna have to move this. It's gonna bother me. Okay. Oh, Screamer, this you may be in for an experience, or you may be in for a nightmare, because it's been a minute since I have built a PC. It's literally been probably 10 years. So if we're looking at this motherboard is a little bit different. I tried to, I shot y'all let me put this in the chat one more time if y'all want to follow along. This is the motherboard. Chit chat. I'm not in chit chat. I'm just in other. All right, so that is the PDF for all things on this motherboard. And you'll see there's a few things that are here. And if we just look at the layout of this system, right, you'll notice if you've never seen the back, this thing is fully protected, right? It has a protector on the back, which is completely different than anything I have ever seen. You usually get the boards and the pieces in the back. So this is actually kind of cool that they have a cover there to kind of, yeah, I'm in other IRL. I know. I've never done an IRL thing, but whatever. So if you'll look, there's some pretty cool little pieces to this. This is a M2 board slots. So there's a few different places that you'll see on here where you can put NVMe or M.2 drives. I have two NVMe drives I'm going to put in here. I'll put my OS on one of these. I'm going to put the other one, I believe, down here, or here, maybe even here, for my 4 terabyte one for data storage. As you can see, this thing is very well built. Everything is on it there. Yep, we do have a custom water cooler. Yes, sir, we do. Okay, so usually when I get started, the first thing I do is I take my motherboard and I build it out first. And one of the first things that you would need to do when you're putting in a motherboard is obviously the CPU, right? That's usually the first thing that most people put into their computer. So for our CPU, we have none other than an Intel 13 Gen i9 processor. I have not opened it up yet, but we can take a look to see what it looks like. Let me kind of get this case over here for you all. All right, so my processor comes in this nice little case. I know the autofocus may be throwing it off a little bit, but Intel box, ready to go. Of course I'm using protection. Yeah, there's going to have to be a couple of different ways that we do things here, Ash, on the water cooling. We're going to have to get creative with where we put the cooler. All right, so if you'll look at this, processors have a certain lever that holds them in, and they come in a certain die format. And you may not can see it here, but there's a special pin up here that allows you to align the chip with where it goes in the board, right? Yeah, I plan on doing the cooler when I put it in the case. So this right here is how the chip goes in. You'll see that this pin right here matches right here. It's kind of curved off. So we gonna take this bad boy and put it maybe this does not look. I was wrong. I had it upside down. My bad. Okay. It will only fit in there one way. And it is fit, it is flush, and everything is good. However, there is one thing that I would like to add. Yeah, that's the plan for me, Ash. That is how I was planning, sir. So, it comes with some paste. I have a brand preference when it comes to paste. So, we're going to have a whole lot of boxes after today, aren't we? I'm going to have to move them here in a second. But, here is my paste. Probably can see it a little bit better here. I'm going to put some paste here on top of my CPU. This is thermal paste. So this thermal paste, and some of you may already know this, I'm trying to break it down the best that I can. Yeah, the good old Noctua. It is the best stuff. So I believe Noctua is some of the best thermal paste out there. So this paste is going to take heat away from this processor and help cool it so it doesn't get too hot. So all you have to do is put a little dab here in the middle of this processor, right before we close it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and create a little bit of a collection of thermal paste. And for me, that's usually good enough. A lot of people do like corner. There's a bunch of different ways to do this. Just putting the thermal paste on is good enough, right? In my opinion. So we're going to take this and we're going to close our flap. Maybe. We're going to close our flap. I probably should have waited on the thermal paste if I'm telling you the truth. And I can always take it off and re-put it on when I do the cooler. But we could also put the cooler top on it and then connect the rest of it when we're done. So I think that that's what we're going to do. The reason why I put the thermal paste on that way is so that I can actually put the CPU cover on it. You like the X method? Yeah, a lot of people like different kinds of methods. I just put a little bit of thermal paste in the middle. It doesn't matter. Latching it before or after the thermal paste is fine. I have an opening here. It's wide open, so we're good. So the next thing I'm going to get out is this Mag Core Liquid 360R V2. This is going to be our CPU cooler, and it's going to be a liquid cooled. So I'm going to go ahead and get the CPU cover and case and fan and everything that goes along with it out first, okay? Just so we don't have to waste any of that thermal paste. And there will be some things that I do out of order. Obviously used to do this for a living. It's been a number of years. I'm going to make some mistakes today. But you know what? That's okay. We learn together. That's the best way to do it, in my opinion, right? Is this interesting at all to you all? How was y'all's weekend though? Y'all can. I would rather like listen to see how y'all are doing than me just bloviate on about PCs. Thank you for the stay safe, Cluzy. So, what's up, Tozzy? I know, right? You're too funny. What's up, homie? How are you? All right, we're gonna have to find some way. All right, there it is. There it is. Much easier. Goodness, goodness. We have a radiator that will go into the system with a cooler, and I'll pull this out and show you in just a second. These are the parts that we're going to need right here. Fans. Cooling radiator. This is actually the one we need. LGA 1700. This is the Intel socket that we're using. You can see on the front maybe. LGA 1700 here. LGA 1700. That's what we're going to be using for our CPU cover. Okay, this box is empty except for some books. We will take those out. We already have the instruction manual, and now this box is done. I'm gonna just toss it. You think it'll hit anything? Nope. We were good. Okay. We have a lot of stuff in our face right now. So I'm gonna move this out of the way, move these boxes because they are just taking up space that we don't need. Okay. All right. How much did this build cost? Dazzy, I didn't add it up. Not good. There was a lot. It was a lot. I'm just gonna toss all my boxes over that way. Clean them up when I'm done. So, if you've ever seen a liquid-cooled machine, there's a number of things that go into it. You get a radiator. Now, this radiator will attach inside the PC, and this cover right here, all of this will go on top of the processor, keeping it cool, right? So let us start with that. 1 fan, 2 fans, 3 fans. We will install those on the radiator before we get going. But make sure that we have everything we need right here. Plenty of extra screws. They sent us some, yes, nice. We'll take all the extra screws that we can get. And the cables. We don't need the AMD stuff. We don't have an AMD processor. I'm all about making sure that I get all the screws out because you never know when you're going to need them. I do not need the thermal paste. And a few more cables here I'm going to take out, okay? These are just connectivity cables for fans, for the pump to pump the water, all of that good stuff. Okay, so, yep. You'll see things like this in there. This does not fit on that CPU. And there's a bunch of them in here that are like that. They even give you some thermal paste, but I like my thermal paste better. So from an LGA 17, I will be honest with you. I should not put the thermal paste on yet. I will probably take it off and reapply the thermal paste. It's fine to do that. It does not hurt anything. I just got a little bit ahead of myself on the thermal paste, so sorry. Got a little bit ahead of myself. We'll go back and fix that up. Building a PC, there's not a you must do this way. You have to do this. There are certain things you have to follow for sure. But if you make a mistake, it's okay. As long as it's not something like plugging in the power into a wrong voltage or something. But when you're building like this, if you do something out of order, it's okay. You can take a napkin, piece of toilet paper, paper towel, lightly dab this up and clean it up, and then put it back on. Oh, nice, Ash. Nice, nice. Welcome, Danny. Yeah, Dazzy. Yeah, I think that's probably about right, Ash. Probably close to 5,200, 5,500, somewhere in there, right? It's a little bit much, I know. So here is this Intel 1700. You can see all of the screws line up underneath, right? So this platform will go into here, just like that, right? Cool. Let me pull up the PDF for this cooling. That is a different one. Liquid cool. Copy this. Put it on this tab. Okay. This is going to be a slow build today. I mean, it's not going to be like high action quick or anything else like that. So we're going to be Gucci. Okay, so we should have had a number of things, right? Boom, boom, boom. 3 of the 360s. We do have 360 fans. I see that. I'm not seeing the fan that goes on top of this. There's a fan that goes in between this and I'm just not seeing that. All right. Let me jump in here first. Let me see what the box says. Yeah. Can this come off is the question. I do not believe so. So we'll have to wait. I'm going to take this thermal paste off. If y'all will give me 1 second, I'll be right back. I'm going to get a napkin. I'm going to take this thermal paste off so we don't have to worry about it. We can move on to the memory. We're going to do all of that stuff first. We're going to put the cooler in when we get it in the case. So that'll take us a second, okay? This is an Intel. I don't know why this is here, and it's also the Intel 1700 series is also this one. Because this one, I'm not going to use that other. I think this is a placement, and then you put this on top of it, right? So I think we have to screw this in on the 1700 first. Or does this go behind? I think this may actually go behind it. It does. Okay. Underneath. What this is showing, if you look on page 10, yeah. If you look on page 10 of that one that I just put into the chat, it shows that this piece, we'll take these strips off, will go on the back side of the motherboard, and this piece will go onto the top. Okay. I was like, why are these all together this way? So let me go get a napkin. I will take this off some paper towel. We'll move on to next. Memory. Okay. I'll be right back. Okay. What's up, Reese? How are you? What's up, Unsolvable 10? All right. I'm actually going to take this off. And it's okay. It's going to be a little bit of stickiness on it, but I'm okay with that. This is not hurting anything. What? However, just get something nice that's not staticky, that you can put a little bit of something. Okay, we're good. We'll put that thermal paste on again in a minute. What's up, Dave? How are you, sir? All right, so the next thing that we're going to put in here after the processor, typically if you're doing a processor that's not liquid cooled or anything else, you will put the fan on it right then, right? But since we're doing liquid cool and we're going to do it when it's in the box in the system, we're going to wait to put all that on, okay? So I will tell you, I have a few tools. You saw my wrist strap. This is by iFixit. I also have an iFixit toolkit. This is everything that I have that I use for PC parts. I will post a link in the description here in a bit, but this is the toolkit that I use. What's up, We Love Ray? How are you? All right. First things first, memory. So we have 4 32 gig sticks. Oh, you taking Mini-Me to the park? That's awesome. Enjoy your day, Dave. Let us know how that animal park goes. All right, so there is really only one way that these can go in. I believe, if I'm just guessing on the first try, each of these have a slot where you pull these in. They used to have them on both sides. They still do have them on both sides. No. They used to have these on both sides. This is pretty cool. It's actually going to go this way, I believe. So there's only one way that these will line up and be correct, right? And I always do this a different way. Some people, I always make sure that I put the one latch in and then latch the other, not pushing it into the case too much, but using the latch as your, I do not believe I'm in there. There we go. I believe we are fully in there now. Ah, man, I wish it was nice weather here, Dave. It is definitely not. So, put in our next one. Gonna make sure that these are fully seated when you put them in, because that matters. Heard the click. Heard the click. Two solid sticks of memory. So that's 64 gigs of RAM. This will be 96 gigs of RAM. Can y'all see this okay? Should I put some music in on the background? Would y'all prefer some music underneath this? Because I can do it. If y'all would like, just let me know, okay? We are nice and connected on 3 of our sticks now, 96 gigs of RAM. And our last one will bring us to 128. Last one will bring us to 128. Is We Love Ray, is that a spin-off of the name Party with Ray? Isn't that a kind of a DJ? I think that's his name. It's Party with Ray. Okay, last stick of memory. All 3 flush, all 3 in. All components looking good. Music would be good. All right, Screamer, give me 1 second. Memory stick boxes are done. 1, 2, 3, and 4. of our Kingston Fury 32 gig. This is DDR5 5000. Yeah. DDR5. 4 sticks of that. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, music. Let me get that going. Let me pull up. And we're going to add. Can't remember. It's this one. Ah. Okay. So let's see how this goes. Let me open up this bad boy and let's go to. Is this working? Doesn't seem to be playing. Can y'all hear that now? I don't have my headphones on, so I can't really see. Let's see. Nope. Y'all cannot hear anything. Or at least I can't. Oh, you can? Okay. Awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad you can hear it. Is it okay music? I guess I could check out on my Trovo stream if I turn my speakers up, huh? Okay, cool. Hopefully it's not too loud. If it's too loud, let me know and I'll turn it up. But I'm gonna try to keep it at right around minus 55 to minus 45 decibels at a maximum range. So if it gets too loud or gets too quiet, I'm gonna rely on y'all because I don't have my headphones on to be able to listen to this. And actually, I know how to do this. Routing. I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Okay. We're all good. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Silent Screamer. All right. So for me, after I install the memory, the next thing that I typically do is no, not that. Yeah, it looks like motherboard in case. We could put in our hard drive, so I think that's what I'm going to do next. But when looking at this, there were some things that you need to pay attention to. So let me. I know y'all can see this, but you'll see from this perspective the we can support up to 192 gig of RAM. We are using the 1700 LGA processor. Okay, so we have 2 PCIe slots, and this is the reason why with this. I could have gone with 3, but 2 I figured was more than enough for us. This supports 16, 16. If this is installed here, then both of these are 8, which is fine. It says, can y'all see? Okay. So, supports PCIe slots. These are all from the CPU. Right. But if you look at the little instruction on here, PCIe slot will run at 8x speed when installing a device in the PCIe 2 slot. So, just because this is 16x and this is an 8x, this one will only run at 8x when you have something installed in this one. So it's fine. I mean, if I was doing something where I really wanted to take advantage of all the things on the video card, whatever. I get it. If I wasn't streaming, I would not have anything in here. And if I was playing a game, I would use my GPU as the 16x and go from there and not even care. Right? So, welcome, Dark Mo. How are you doing, sir? We have Intel Thunderbolt controllers, SATAs. We have a ton of M2 slots, right? We saw the 2 here. There's another one right underneath here. You can't really see it. There's more here on these sides, but really, really nice how they did a lot of these. This looks like magnetic on this side, and it just kind of flips in, which is so cool. What they do with PCs nowadays and component parts. So I'm not going to install anything under this or this. I don't believe. I'm going to look, and I believe what I want to do. There's 7 M2 slots, so this M1 slot here is probably we're going to put our storage device, right? Our large drive, which is the, you can't really see it there. Let me unhide this. So our first drive option is going to be the 2 terabyte Fire CUDA. We also have a 4 terabyte Fire CUDA that's going to be for our data storage. So I had a smaller one for my OS. You don't have to do this. You can just use one drive and be enough. My other one had 2 drives. I like to keep things long term, so I know that 2 and 4 is not that much difference, and I could have got an 8 or 16 terabyte on this. I think they had 15 terabytes that you could get. But I am just going to be using them how I typically do. I'm going to put the operating system NVMe drive here, and I'm going to put the data NVMe drive here. I believe. Let me double check and see. Yep. These support PCIe. Yeah, 4. Perfect. 6 gig. And 5, 6, and 7. So let me put this back in so you can kind of see what we're looking at. Hey Nadim, how are you? So if we look at this, here is all of our slots for our drives. Hey Envoy, thank you so much for the host. So for these, we have a number of different things that we can do. I'm going to put my data drive here. It's pretty nice little slot. And I'm going to put my other one in probably slot 6. I'm just looking. PCIe 2 slot will be unavailable when installing an MAT. So that's why we're not installing it here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know you couldn't really see me do that with this thing on the screen, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the number of the M2 slots and what they look like. We're going to install the 4 terabyte one here. We're going to install the other one here on the 6, right? What's up, lady? Hey, said. Yeah, we're trying to. Oh, thanks. We're building a PC today, so all sorts of new goodies that we just got in and want to get installed. And this will be our full-time streaming PC, the PC that I'm currently streaming on now. I don't think my son's watching. Yeah, I don't think so. So we are. I'm gonna give that PC. It's an Alienware, brand new PC. I'm gonna give it to him. He streams. He does a whole lot of things he does not know. I'm gonna surprise him. He didn't really ask for anything for Christmas this year. I'll tell you, like, Christmas is usually something where we can share gifts, but he really didn't ask for anything. He owns his own business. He works. He has his own house. He started his own business when he was in high school, and it's washing cars, right? So he started his own business washing cars, and now he's like, he sent me a photo yesterday, and he said, yeah, today I spent 3 hours clay barring a Porsche. I was like, wow. So he does, like, that's what he says, that he has people that says, hey, it's 2 hours drive from here, but I have a garage of cars 2 hours away. I would like for you to go wash all 8 of my cars in that garage. It's 2 hours away. Like, all right. He goes and washes them, details them, brings them back up, makes a nice. He does well. He does boats. He does. I know it has been a while. He said, it's good to see you too. So he does all that, and he streams on the side of something that he just recently picked up. He plays Madden. I'm gonna hook him up with this other system. I think he's really gonna like. It has been a while, said. does. I'm glad you're here. Okay, so let's install our hard drives. Again, if we look at this screen here, we have smaller so you can kind of see what we're working with here when we put the hard drives in. Scroll through here so you can kind of see what the slots look like. Speakers, memory. Okay, yep. So this kind of shows the layout. Here's the M2 127 slots. This is how you install it. This is what it comes with. There's a number of screws. Excuse me. That one kind of got me. Okay. Where did I set? There it is. There's where I set my accessory box. I knew I would find it shortly. All right. I need to get some screws. Out of the accessory box. All right. So as for the wireless, M2 locker, definitely need that. I got this cool little MSI USB drive. Here's our M2 locker. Like it. We've got cables that we'll be using. Wi-Fi box. It's here. Don't know that we're gonna need all these. I'm really just looking to. Here's another M2 locker, another M2 locker kit. This thing is gonna be false. Cables, more cables. Ooh. We gotta say, looks like a necklace. Okay. All right, so more M2 lockers and some more cables. So, all right, I got out of there what I believe it is that we needed. All screws, all cables, everything. Welcome, Dark Mo. Welcome, welcome. All right. Set this here for now. For now. Go from there. Okay. Y'all can see everything I'm doing right here. I can see if I pick my nose or something. Even with my face covered up. All right. All right. So you can see we have to remove the heatsink. This one already has the M2 locker on it. Very nice. When we install this into the motherboard, we have to remove the heat into the case because the screw hole is right here. Okay. Looks like this has a nice little RGB connector. You can see it right here. So this, I'm assuming, will light up RGB somehow. Right? Okay, so we're going to leave this off. You'll see this underlying thing that's gray. If you've never seen this before, this is just thermal tape. We used that thermal paste earlier. We'll take off this bottom layer and it will help dissipate the heat from the drive. Right? Okay, so we got that module out. Let's take out our 4 terabyte. The reason why I'm putting one of them here and one of them here, and honestly, I guess it doesn't matter, but I like to keep my operating system drive available. Easy to switch out or whatnot. So just having the OS drive here and the data storage drive there. Okay. Nothing impressive about the boxing of these Fire Cudas. Some books, some manuals, Some stickers. Firecuda, Seagate Gaming, Firecuda. You can't really see them there because they're white on white. Books and everything, right? Are y'all having fun? Is this enjoyable? Is the music decent? Would y'all like a different genre of music? Okay. Here is our 4 terabyte Firecuda. Again, it's been about 10 years since I built a PC. I'm probably going to make a mistake. Probably going to do something out of order. Probably going to do a number of things like that. But we'll learn together, right? And hopefully you don't make the same mistakes that I make when you build yours. So, have that. The first thing we need to do is we have to take off this, this M2 locker, okay? So in order to do that, we have to take our trusty toolkit that I just had. Where did I set it, Kurt? No. I set it underneath my hard drive. I'm probably not going to play any PC games. The 4 terabyte, honestly, is for a lot of other things that I do. I like to do video editing. I'm learning some different styles of video editing. And so I want to have that. I'm also going to do like a DVR of some things that I like to record. And go from there. So, first thing we need, what screw size is this? This is... leave this one right here. It's very nicely into our iFixit toolkit, and this absolutely was the correct screwdriver. I think we probably could have gone even a tad bit smaller, but either way, here is our screw. Oh, that fit perfect. Okay, these M2 standoff and M3 locker screws are the ones that same thing that I just unscrewed here is the same thing in these bumpers. Right here. I know it's kind of bright and it may be shining on the plastic though. Is Barracuda better than Samsung? Maybe press. I've always had really good luck with Kingston drives. I like the Kingston drives. Seagate makes some amazing drives as well. It's just a personal preference for me. I like Kingston from a drive perspective. Some people like Samsung, some people like other brands. So next thing we need to do is take off this cover, this film off of this thermal. Maybe. Oh, there it is. There's a corner. There's a corner. I had to put the corner in the most awkward spot to reach, didn't I? There we go. Now we have this shield off. We can install our M2 drive. So again, this is a 4 terabyte Firecuda. It should only go one direction, just like this. All right, very simple. It flaps up a little bit when you screw it in. It's going to sit right there, and we're going to lock it in just like that. As you can see, all nice and set. We will put our M2 locker in place so that this drive stays snug as a bug in a rug. What's up, Trig? How you doing, homie? Hey, Fashinzo. We're doing nerd stuff today. Hope you enjoy. So I have my M2. Actually, I want to move this a little bit this way. For my liking, I like the M2 lock to be this way. How do I want this? I think that's it right there. Maybe no, a little more this way. Should fit right in that groove. Okay. And these is just, you don't want to tighten these down. Just want enough to be hand tightened so that it doesn't vibrate and rattle. That's it. You don't want to break anything. So, just for testing, we're going to have to take this off when we put it in the case, but I just want to test and make sure everything fits under here. So, from that perspective, we slide it into those holes. Right? Yep, that was correct. There. Boom. We're connected. Okay. So, but when we put this back in the case, we will take that same strip off of the bottom of here. So we have thermals on bottom, thermals on top. It will be set, and that's locking things. Perfect. So good. Good so far? Okay. Let us... Same type of concept. It has these little magnets underneath. Oop, these little magnets underneath. Let me hide this for a second. Okay. These little magnets underneath. You can see this is how this case fits on here. I'm going to install this, I believe, in the M6 slot. Kind of adjust this just for a sec. I'm gonna move this kind of clip exactly how this is adjusted. Oh. Right here on the corner rather than the mucho more better that way. Okay. Alrighty, we have the same thing here that we're going to install the M2 drive in that slot. As you can see, this is a little bit longer one here. That means it can take a PCIe 5. So if I wanted to, I could actually have a bigger drive in there. Here is our 2 terabyte version of the Fire CUDA. How you doing, Trig? How is Battle Royale treating you nowadays? Well, you and Morgan are pretty OP at that game mode. I enjoy watching y'all play. You know who's good at Battle Royale? Like, a Silent Screamer. That dude has some crazy clips with the Jackal. That I don't know if there's a better Jackal pilot than Silent Screamer. He has that thing down. I don't know if there's a worse Jackal pilot than myself. Right? Let me scroll down just to make sure you can see anything. Slot. This is the M2, M4, M5. We're not putting them here. This is this long one. We're not going to use it. Okay. This is still talking about. I'm just going through the installation instructions, guys. So you can just kind of see. Here's the different ways to install the longer pieces in there. We are looking at the M6 and M7 slots, right? So we have taken this out. We are going to put this in this first slot is where I'd like to put it, okay? Actually, I may put it in this outside slot. If you install a 2260 XSD, remove the plate screw. Okay. I'm doing, these are 2280s. instead of 2260s. 99% sure. Yeah, I believe that these are 2280s, and you can tell that just from the length, and you see how that takes up the entirety. 2260 would be a little bit shorter, and your M2 clip would fit right there. That clip that we had put on a second ago. So what we want to do is take off this bottom screen. I don't know if it matters on M6 or M7. Let's see. I'm going to go back up and look and see any IO interrupts that may. Okay, no. Welcome, Gazi. How are you? You don't get lucky, Screamer. I know you better than that. So, M2 supports PCIe 4.0, 6 and 7. So it honestly doesn't matter. I'm not seeing any. Okay, so when installing M5 slot, yeah, nothing. There's no there's nothing you have to worry about with not being able to connect if you do it that way. So we're going to insert our, this is our M2 2 terabyte data drive. Only one way it can go in. You can see it's like at a 30-degree angle. All we have to do on these, since these locking bits were built in, is put it over it. Which makes a whole lot of sense, right? I kind of, there we go. That's much better. Okay. That looks really good, don't you think? Now, we don't have to worry about, I don't think, keeping the case off or the cover off of this one to put it back in the motherboard, because the screw that is at the location, I'll take this thermal stuff off here in a second. I just wanted to make sure I can get it back in without issue. You know how I go. Okay. These things are for the there we go. There we go. I was just over a little bit too far. Now we're good. Okay, now we know how that works. So in order to do that, we need to take off this external piece over here. Not sure if you can see it, but we're going to take off this external strip on this side, because that is what lines up with our drive and will allow us to have the thermals on the top and the bottom, just like on our other drive. Okay. We're all connected. All right, I'm going to take this plastic off now that we've done that piece. I'm going to go ahead, and if I see any other plastics here, I will take them off too, so that we do not have them in our system as we go forward. I know a lot of people take them off once they get them in. I don't want to have to think about it later. take them off when I think about it. This corner is kind of giving me some hard times, right? I take all these plastic pieces off. They don't really do us any good just sitting around here, if we're being honest. We'll always be able to, kind of polish those things up as we go. Just use a anti-static cloth or whatnot. Right? So far, so good. What's up, Big Soldier? How are you, homie? Okay. 2 drives installed, memory installed, CPU installed. I believe we are set on that angle. Let me move my until CPU case. This is a cool case. I want to keep it. Are you learning anything, Screamer? Hopefully I'm not warping people's minds on how to build a PC. So I usually take one of these bags. This is what I've always done. And as I go through components and pieces, I make sure I keep my trash put together, because there's nothing worse than a messy workstation while you're trying to put stuff together. So try your best to keep kind of the workstation clean. It helps you as you continue to move forward. Okay, got that. Got a message from an old friend that lives... Cool. Man, I just like looking at it. It's very, very, very pretty. The part that's going to be the biggest trip up for me, this is going to be my streaming PC. It can be used for a gaming PC, but I will use it for my streaming PC for sure. So fingerprints off. I know it has a little bit on it, but all right, so here we are. What's up, Dispose? How are you, sir? Yeah, I'm trying to, Zaddy. Oh, I don't know how to do that on YouTube, Immortal. I have not ever set up raids on, is it redirects under settings? Let's see. How do you do that on the stream? How do you allow? I don't know where to do the rating stuff, so if you can help me out there, I would definitely set it up. What's up, Dispose? Uh-oh. And Fierce Sand? The thumbnail made you chuckle? Oh, good. Good. All right, so let's go to the case. Now, I have a couple of options of what I can do. I can kind of turn the camera towards this side, and we can put the case flat, or I can bring the case over here. This is a massive case, so I don't know if it's gonna work out well. Let me kind of get things situated on this table, and we'll go from there. Okay. We have our other components that are going to go into this system. This is a 4K 60 Pro. I don't know if I'm going to use this or this. I'm probably going to use the Cam Link, if I'm being honest. This little Cam Link Pro versus the Elgato 4K 60 Pro. This one does 4K 60, but OBS Studio is not going to pass it on anything other than 1080p. And so if I use a Cam Link, this will go in this slot here when we're installing it into the motherboard. Once we get it into the system. Right here. And then my GPU will go right there. So I think I'm going to use the cam link because this way I can, if you'll see, I can do 4 different HDMI ports. So I have a new camera that you have not seen yet that'll make me look, my beard look ridiculously bad. But we'll be able to pull a game, we'll be able to pull cameras, anything that's HDMI input, we can put in through this, and we can actually have it multicasted at the same time, which I think is pretty darn cool. Challenge you to a duel, Tomahawk Soundly. Dispose. I call everybody homie, so hopefully that does not upset anybody. Males, females, I call everybody homie. Homie means friend to me, so... Oh, you're very welcome, Zaddy. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, Fierce Hand, I know you're smart. You probably get all of this on the first try. So there's a number of things that we're going to have to do with this case. And that is, number one, we're going to have to... Yeah, very, very big congratulations, Chris. One of the things that we're going to have to do is replace the back paneling on my case, because this is an EATX motherboard, and this case can handle ATX and EATX systems. But in order to do EATX, you have to put in a different kind of slot hole. So we'll get on that. I just need to move a few things, some boxes like this. This box is just trash. As you can see, nothing was in it. This is just trash. Another good place, if you have any boxes, you load up with stuff, put your trash away when you're done. That way, aw, look, heart, Raider heart. Welcome, Hogage. QQ9 was your first time in Pearson? Nice. QQ9 skin from the first anniversary. That is a... Okay. We move those out of the way. Here's the... Here are the parts I was telling you about. So, in order to go to an EATX case, we have to put this in to our case. We have to take out the other one that's in there. So, let's do it. I just need to move a couple more things off this desk. What I am moving, I will show you as I'm moving it. This is our power supply. Turn it around so you can see. This is an Asus, MSI Meg AI 1300P PCIe 5 modular power supply. Probably didn't have to go modular. I just wanted the 1300. The Meg makes a very nice box, so I went ahead and picked that up. Suppose you're not trash. I can guarantee that. Anybody that comes into the chat and says, man, I'm trash, will probably clap anybody in the stream. Usually. Or at least that's what happens to me. I usually, I'll start a game. Man, I'm terrible with this. Boom, drop a nuke. How does that happen? It does look clean with the diamond on it. That neon one. It's a little bit thicker than the others. Thick. Okay. So, as you can see, we're making some progress, right? Now, today at 2 o'clock Central Time, so what is it, 9? 8:30? So about 5.5 hours, I'm playing in the Trovo Showdown. So we're going to be busy today. We are going to be busy today. 5 hours playing in the Trovo Showdown. Hey, there's nothing wrong with free-to-play. I do all the free-to-play stuff too, and it is... Some of them are fire, some of them are not fire. Right? Some of them are terrible. Alright, I'm just cleaning the rest of this piece off so we can have some room here on our desk on this side. So this case also came with a vertical GPU mount. I'm not going to use this, so we're just going to put it to the side. Vertical GPU mount not necessary with the way that we're setting it up. Also have my keyboard. You saw me grab my mouse a second ago, probably. I just basic keyboards on these. This is a Logitech keyboard. I do have a Cherry keyboard up here that I may keep. I'm not sure yet, but I'll probably just stay with Logitech. I don't do anything special with it. This will work more than satisfactory for me. You actually trashing game percent. You have a diamond, but you're trash. You got diamond in the game, you're better than trash, that's for sure. Okay, let me move these last little pieces. I'm going to put all the rest of my motherboard components right here so I don't forget. I know it's probably a little bit loud, and I apologize for the loudness. Now that I believe we have see what we can use. This last little piece here. Oh yeah, this goes to face cam. I had to get a dummy battery for the new face cam. It's the only way it would work. All right, let's see what this does. Like, do you see the headphones? Yeah, there we go. You can see the headphones here. The Mandalorian headphones. We're going to be playing with those as well. GeForce 4090 RTX. Here is our video card that we're going to be using. It's pretty nice. Also liquid cool. And I have another option that I may go to. I haven't decided yet. I have a 4090 RTX in this Alienware that is 3U. And if I can get it down to this smaller GPU size for Jordan, then it will be awesome. It'll be awesome. That way he can use them both. We need a Star Wars collab. I know, right? I don't think anybody is chill in rank anymore, agree. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. This is here's the case. Let me copy this. Put this in the chat for everybody. Go. Now you can see this window. Cover up my ugly mug. And you can kind of follow along with what I do. Do I have to see? I don't want to see the table of contents. It's okay. This will work for us. So this is our case, the MSI Meg Prospector. We have a number of things here that we'll be using, right? A Darth Vader skin. That would be cool. That'd be very cool. All right. So from this perspective, here is our case. And I know it's kind of hard to see from that angle, but I'm going to take these covers and everything off, right? So the first one is the side cover. This just latches on mine and picks up off. Way why we do this. I know it's probably not the best. Are you out, Dispose? Go eat food, grow stronger. Bigger, faster, stronger, Fear saying. I understand. All right, so I'm just taking these cases off the door doors off, the hinges off, so that we can lay this thing flat and get busy working on the EATX side of the case. So, if we look at this, you can see here, I know this is actually a lot more zoomed in than I was expecting. So this portion right here is what we're going to replace. We have to take this piece out and this internal cable cover in order to make this for an EATX case. EATX is extended ATX, and you'll see it right here. Right? This is how it looks. In order to do that, it will show you what it looks like. Right? See, this is what we just did. We just took the case off. It took the doors off the hinges, I have not taken the front panel off yet. I will. Same thing with the top panel. I have not taken it off yet, but I will. This is where we'll install the GPU, all that good stuff. But first, there we go. You see this right here? This is the EATX motherboard replacement. Okay. Now y'all can maybe see a little bit. Let me alt this down. I will size this up so we're nice and set, okay? Give me 1 second. I'll move this all over. We'll be sitting pretty here in a second. Okay. This is what we're going to be doing first. So you see this cable in this box here. Let me kind of shrink it down. Hopefully this is making some sort of sense to you all. So this piece right here is right here, right? So this is what we're going to be replacing based on this part of... You have no knowledge of electronics? Oh, well, I appreciate that, Zaddy. I need to... Now, we're going to take this back case off over here so that we can install the rest of our goods. We have to install the EATX case. Teach me how to make a handheld EMP. Ooh, now that would be cool. A handheld EMP? Like, do you want to take out like your parents' phones, or like what's? I'm just curious. What would be the use case? What's up, King? How are you, homie? I'm taking the screws off. Hopefully, we're shining enough light over here for you to see all of this. Again, I'm taking these screws on this outer panel off, and we are going to be replacing it with the EATX system. Can y'all still hear me just fine on the microphone? Does it sound like I'm a mile away? I hope not. If so, I will do my best to get a little bit closer to the mic when I talk. So, as we go through, take off this screw. I think there's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws for this piece. So, I always count so that I know how many screws I need to put back in when we're done. Hey, what's up? MLSH, what's up? I'm glad you're trying to watch, homie. All right, so I'm going to try to have some sort of semblance of a decent PC build up here. I can't promise anything good. It's been about a decade since I've installed or built a PC on my own, so it's been a minute. Right? That's usually who builds these things. Robots. Or at least parts of them, right? Definitely the pieces and parts. Most of those. We call that one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece off and out. Okay, so this is no longer needed. This piece, was just a back little cable cover. There's even a screen that you could put on to kind of cover it up. We do not need that any longer. And also, we do not need this internal front cable cover. It needs to come out too. You're a PC guy? All right. Let me see where I put my. There it is. I thought I had put it right there. Have a little bit better tool for this portion than that screwdriver. So we'll take this, put this on a little bit larger. Leave this one more fitted. This is it. And it is. Okay. So we have to take off this internal. This is just a cable cover. iRobot will stay fiction. I have an iRobot. Oh, the cartoon. Okay, so we're gonna take off this cable cover. This has some of these screws that have springs in them, so you don't have to go crazy and unscrew them. But it should pop out rather easily once we're done. But all these do usually stay connected to this piece, so you don't lose those screws. Make sure I'm not missing. I just need to unscrew a little bit more. It's always the fun part, figuring out what is keeping things in place. What is making them not come out. There we go. I just need to use a little bit more force. I'm a little bit too nice to it sometimes. So, okay, we got that out. Now you can see we have this big opening here on this side of the case, right? See right here? See, we opened this part of the case. Now what we have to do to make this ready for EATX, and EMP is illegal? Maybe. Okay, so you see this that we have here, this piece. This is going to allow us to extend our box to put in a larger motherboard. That's a good question. I don't know, Dispose. You need to probably Google search that. Hey Siri, are EMPs illegal? Maybe. I don't have Siri turned on, but maybe you can. That made one of your phones do it. Okay. This sucks. We are going to have to unplug these cables to make this work. I believe. Maybe. Maybe not. Yeah, these cables have to run through this whole thing. So. Let me take a quick peek at this. All right, let's look and see what the instructions say. So if we're installing this EATX, we have to take these two out, okay? Put that one in. But it does not show the cables and how they route through. all of that. Let me get to. Oh, they're running it, but it looks like I'm gonna have to rerun some of those cables, unfortunately, from EATX motherboard. Okay, so we did 1 and 2. This one's gonna go in top right. You'll see my predicament here, right? Do y'all see my predicament at least? How? Chat makes it a whole lot more interesting, that's for sure. Makes it interesting for me too. $100K clan points is crazy. You hear footsteps in your house. Go check it out. All right, let me see. Okay, we should still be good because all these cables that are here, this is actually going to be easier than I thought. Okay, you live in a haunted house, no lie. Well, guess what? I'm sorry. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove these cables just momentarily. Just momentarily. I don't think that a computer will turn on if that's not plugged in. I think that is the power supply for the entire control board. So, now that we have all these, well, hopefully y'all can hear me okay. No one's awake but you, Zaddy. That's awkward. Okay. So, as you can see, we have a lot of cables. We're going to take these cables and we're going to run them through our EATX motherboard hole. So all those cables that we had before, we're now going to run through here. So that we can have a nice clean install, no cables being upset. See how pretty that looks? Looky there. Now we are cooking with peanut oil. At what age did I build my first PC? I was 15 years old, I think. Maybe 15. I did not have my driver's license. I worked for a company that built PCs for everybody in the town that I lived in. It was pretty much the only computer store, and it was also an internet service provider. So I started at the internet service provider when I was a sophomore in high school. At 14. I'm sorry, at 15, and I turned 16 later on. But during that time, I was working there. I was building PCs. This was before the Intel. This is like 386s. Like if you go and look at 286, 386, 486, I was messing with 386s. I did AMD chips back then too, so whole lot of cool things, but PC builds are definitely different now than they used to. You know what I mean? So it's been a minute. It's probably been about 10 years since I built one. Sorry, I know that I've had this thing on the screen. You can't really see my face when I do that, but it's been about 10 years since I built a PC. And hopefully it gets let me move this window down so you can actually see a little bit of both. I could have put it in that small window, but I didn't figure that would have worked. Still don't have one. Hidden IP addresses. Hidden IP addresses are a number of different ways that you can do those. So either way, here we're going to connect our cables that we disconnected just a second ago onto the control plane because I don't want to forget. So this and this connect to our first one and the second one. First, here, cable underneath. Y'all got to see this kind of a second ago, but I'm going to rerun it back here. Run all of this underneath our cable management, and this plugs in. Our other piece is this cable, right? So this cable had a piece that plugs in on this small end. So this will continue to run to the rest of the case while this cable should and down and okay. Our power cable should be fully installed. What we're going to do is we're going to put all of these cables back under here and put them in this cable management loop. So we have a nice, clean, fresh install with cables that are at least running the way that they should run, okay? Raider, how does Fearsen know of you? I don't know. Zaddy Grisk, maybe? I'm just guessing. That was a little bit too tight on that. We don't want to like bend our cables, just enough to keep them nice and clean and managed, right? This is just a cable management cable tray. It's not to necessarily keep them tight and snug and all the way down on your motherboard or anything, or on your case. All of our power cables are now back to where they were. We've got our EATX case on there, so we can start to flip it over and get ready to install this motherboard, okay? Kind of helps, doesn't it? Hopefully you're not picking up a whole lot of background noise and stitching and everything like that that's going on. But, is this interesting at all? Anybody? Are y'all enjoying this? Is this something new, interesting, or is this boring, interesting? Looks like we have a whole cable management run over here too, which is pretty nice. Last. Now we can flip our case over. Actually, we're not going to flip our case over. We're going to install We're gonna install our screws back in here. There is a certain way that you're supposed to install these screws from top corner around. I just like to get that last screw in. I don't tighten it up just to keep it in the right spot. So what you do is, according to this diagram, if you'll look right below my face, if you're looking at this diagram, this right here will show you the order and angle, order of the screws. There's one, and two, and this is what just keeps it nice and snug. It want this one. See how the alignment and angling kind of works out that way? The reason why they have you do it in certain orders, because if it's not lined up properly, it's not going to get it. So unscrew these just a little so we're not fully tightening them down. So we have a little bit of room to adjust this. We'll come back at the end and tighten them all up when we're done, okay? Oh, thank you. A cooking stream? Silent Screamer, you have no idea how hard we have been working to get a... Let you not share your thoughts. Why not? I want you to share your thoughts. I'm just a conehead freethinker. Nothing wrong with people that like to, how many does this have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right in the middle. We have some more of these screws in there. If we need them. Another screw here. I need 2 more in my packaging, so good thing it came with a bunch, right? Actually, I need 3 more. Press mas, and I believe I have all my screws. Here. CPU, fan cases. Man, we got so much goodies. So much goodies. Okay. All right. Who doesn't trust you? That's why I said just speak away. I trust you. Not gonna hurt my feelings then. I need to find these other 2 screws. Give me 1 sec. I had a box. I think it's around the corner. 1 sec. but you're streaming elsewhere. Trovo and YouTube dispose. All right, so here is. I need to find. Where did I set that box? Honestly, I'm gonna move this screw because I think that they were using some of those bigger screws too. This screw, y'all. I will tell you, not every screw. I'll find the other ones and I'll replace them before we put that back over. Makes sense. Gematria, numerology, symbolism. For what? What is gematria? I've never heard of it. What if you teleported into games while the stream was going on? Now that would be cool. MLSH. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. And yo, Annie as well. Okay. So, if you've never been to one of my streams, this is not normal. We're building a PC today, so we just got through putting on the EATX motherboard portion. Now we're going to flip it over so we can get ready to install our system. I'm going to take this front panel and cable cover off. It's not something that we're going to need. So, at the moment, it's part of the tech out process. This also has magnetic dust guards. So these dust guards protect dust from getting onto the inside of your PC. I get Hebrew language, but what does gematria stand for? Okay. All right. So this piece right here where all these fans are is actually going to be where we install our radiator. So let me kind of take a look at these real fast and see how I'm going to, because this radiator is going to be installed this way on the PC. You won't really be able to see it here. It's going to come into this portion and it's going to be on here, but on the front side of it. And I'll flip the case where you can see it. I just want to take a look at these fans and see how they are seated in here. They may be, yeah, they are screwed. Okay. Let us get our handy dandy screwdriver. I have been doing a fantastic job of laying down my parts, my tools. Okay, so here is one. What do you mean not cool? No, I said that would be cool. The setup reminded me of Bobby Plays desk setup. Oh, what was his desk setup stream like? I guess I didn't see it. This is probably a little bit more complicated than a desk building. Even your that's funny, Screamer. The substitution of numbers for letters of the Hebrew alphabet, a favorite method of exegesis used by medieval. Yeah, but I can understand like numbers and letters, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Dispose. There's no such thing as mysticism. I've been alive for too long and can tell you for so long that all these people that believe in mysticism and all those kind of things, that there's no wizards, there's no orcs, there's none of these other make-believe things that we That's my opinion, and I hope it doesn't offend you, but I'm just gonna give you my opinion on it. For me, in my perspective. All right. How can we connect? Good evening, Crazy. How are you? No, there really isn't. I'm 44 years old. I promise you. I've traveled the world. I would have seen it. I would have seen traces of it. I've been literally to see where this fan cable is running. It's actually running down. Okay. That is our fourth screw right here. All right. A little bit there. I'm gonna figure out where this cable's running. It's running up here. This one is running up here. Progress, progress, progress. Okay, so that is where they go. You're running along this inside piece. Okay, this will be easy enough. We just got to get these cables off of it. So, yeah, lessons learned. Needed to take those cables off first before we put the EATX piece in. Unless I can figure out where exactly these cables go without taking that back off. Let me look on the inside just to double check. What's your asking, MLSH? I'm not gonna promise anything with not knowing what it is. Okay. All these are running in that old little cable car, so I'm gonna need to take these fan pieces out. I'm not gonna be able to do it without taking that EATX piece back off, unfortunately. Hey, you live and you learn. Dispose. That's what I'm talking about. Me too. And there's not mysticism that's part of it. I promise you. There's no witchy spells or Taurus in the sky or. Well, ask me your question, MLSH. Like I'm not gonna say yes, I promise to do something without knowing what it is. So you got to state it for the group. Ask away, man. There's never prohibited chat unless it's cuss words, right? That's all. I don't mind. Just ask a question. Yeah, ask a question, man. Ask away. Don't be afraid to ask questions. People, when you're afraid to ask questions, then you're going to be less inquisitive. You're going to learn less. You're going to know less. And I would suggest we don't do that, okay? Aha. Here is all of our stuffs. Why do they have tape on it? Go. Some of these cables get a little bit intertwined with each other, don't they? Thank you for the on fire. Madonna believes that she's a high ring. Madonna's dumb. Madonna's always been dumb. Like if anybody took advice from Madonna, I can't help you. Yeah, the QQ9 Cyclone's a good one. About my PC after the installation, fully ready to run. What's your question about it? Yeah, I'm gonna use it for sure, homie. All right, I've just got to take out these pieces here, so I'm going to be very meticulous with what we're doing. 1 and 2, I believe, is the only ones that are going through here, and we've got those fished out. I'm going to turn it flat so I can stand up and look at it a little bit better. Shine a little bit of light on it this way. So we have this cable and we have this cable that are both needing to come out. This one. Yay! Some things still work like they used to. And here's the Diamond Grind is going so fast now that I've done so many. Right? Wearing it out. You're going fast. Unfair Mario? No. I probably won't play Unfair Mario. I don't know what it is. I'll have to look at it first, but I can't make any promises of that. I'll check it out though. I can promise you that I will check it out. I have a flashlight in the other room, but you know what? They tried to. The other ones were bottom, this one's top. See? Flashlights. Voila. And now we have disconnected. Oh, okay. I'll check that out, Screamer. Okay. Do you think we can get this bad boy out of here now? What else do we have connected? More. Wow, they just completely ran every single cable through this entire maze. Which I'm glad they did. I mean, cable management for the win, but when you're trying to take it out, it's kind of annoying. And these do go in a different pattern, up, down, so. Just to take out the CPU fans that we're going to replace with a radiator. You say, well. Boom, boom, boom. Is the music still going there? Y'all still able to hear it? Basically, what these cables connect to are the RGB controllers for these fans. Cooking with Peanuttle. Alright. Are y'all having fun at all? D13 and A45 last diamonds? Yeah. You should have done the D13 when they had... Its ammo was so bad. Spots now. Slowly but surely. Last one. Is that it? Did we finish it? Let's find out. We did. Okay. We can now fully remove this fan so that we can put our radiator in. Goodness. Okay. That's cleaner now. So this is what we removed. This is what we removed. Actually, let me redo this. Let me take this off of here because I'm gonna need it to install my radiator. You know what I mean? Gonna need it to install the radiator next to this and then the fans on the inside of it. But we need this bracket. A legendary manta ray next season? I did hear that. I don't know what I think about it because I would much rather legendary Seraph, but I know it's all about what will sell more. And obviously, people will probably simp more on manta ray than Seraph, but I think Seraph is a more classic Call of Duty mobile character that probably deserves a legendary character before any of the other females. She deserved it for Nyx. She deserved it. Outrider I could see, but maybe. Outrider's the only other one that I could kind of see, but Outrider has hers. Any of the others should absolutely... Seraph should have been up there first, in my opinion. Hey Val, how are you? Sorry, I did not see it. I'm reading. I'm trying to keep up and unscrew at the same time. I'm so sorry, Val. I promise you I'm not ignoring. How are you this morning? Hey, Legend. Hey, Double R. I promise, Val, I would never ignore you. Good morning. Today, our screen and room is a little bit different. We are looking at the back end of my PC case. And right now, I'm uninstalling fans from the front piece and putting in a radiator system. So, my favorite operator, MLSH, is Seraph. Yeah, probably. Urban Tracker is also a highly simped character. I don't understand, like... I don't understand simping on digital pixels. Like, I don't get it. These are animated, cartoony characters. It's nothing like that in the real world. So, simping on... Ooh, Gunzo's a good one, Val. You woke up in a lot of back pain. I'm sorry to hear that. Those kids running you crazy. Or is your husband? All right. Now we have removed these fans. Okay. Those are done. This piece still does go in here. Just want to make sure I get it in here appropriately. This way does line up. Okay, so it'll go something kind of like that. Yes, okay. So what we'll need to do... Thank you for the raid, Double R. Your bed hates you, Val. What kind of bed do you have? What's up, Tito? How are y'all? No. My favorite character is definitely not Mace or Mara. It is, and that has always been, Seraph. Favorite character in game. So I'm going to shrink this down for a second while we look at this portion. We'll just kind of put it over here, okay? Y'all good with that? We'll just put that there for now. Does that look okay? Templar and Nitgo. Nick already has a legendary, but not Templar. That was very kind of you, Double R. Thank you so much, brother. Really do thank you. This is kind of a boring... If you're coming over from Double R stream, we're building a PC today. It's been about 10 years since I built a PC, but we're putting about 5 Gs into this thing and seeing what we can make it look like. Bed that needs to get sent to the dump. I just got a brand new bed, so I can understand that sentiment. Ashley and I have been sleeping on the same bed forever. It was my bed before she moved in, and I've been sleeping on it forever. And we just, right after Christmas, got a new mattress. Welcome, Irvin. How are you? Again, welcome everybody from the raid. Thank you, Double R. We are building a PC today. I'm in the process of putting together the next pieces. I'm going to install the radiator. So I want to see what it looks like from the side mounted, how it wants it in there. Okay, it does want it on the inside of it. On the side, same thing on top. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. We are going to install our radiator on the inside of this panel here, okay? I guess I can move this motherboard over here temporarily. And I will bring this, this goes this way. Yeah, so the radiator will need to be installed on the top here. A Mythic Templar. Whew. That'd be a lot. Yes, Double R. This is an MSI Z790 Godlike. Everything I got, I'm an MSI fan, so I have an MSI Meg case, MSI Meg Z790 Godlike. I have the MSI cooler right here. This is a liquid cooler. I'm about to install a radiator here. And go from there. I think that this portion right here could actually plug in to it's actually bad. So this should install something like this, right? And then we're gonna put the we're gonna put the fans on this side of it first, and then we're going to put the radiator in. So it's almost exactly what we had, but we're putting the radiator piece in. These fans are almost identical to the fans we took out. That's it. I mean, it's just a bigger case fan that you can use, but almost identical. But from this perspective, all right. What I'm gonna do here, is install these fans and then install the radiator. So these fans, though, there's a number of different ways you can connect this. Let me change to my, here is put our long fan screws in. Y'all may not can see, but this is what it's going to look like from the long screws. Radiator is a mess. Why don't I go for it last? Because you have to put it in the case before you can put the motherboard in, because there's cables on this radiator. This connects to the CPU, so you have to connect this in first. A lot of people connect these up to the motherboard and install them at the same time. That's not anything I'm looking to do. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to install these fans on the end of this. So as you can see, each of these fans gets installed kind of like so. Oh, another raid. Wow. Baby Zeph, what's up? We're building a PC today. Thank you so much for the raid. Man. Thank you, Baby Zeph. That was very kind of you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're trying to get something. I haven't built a PC in 10 years, so we're going to get this checked out. Typically, we're playing games right now for a long stream, but today we're doing something a little bit different. Sorry for the background noises. Yeah. The CBR4 is an absolute monstrosity, if you ask me. It's a terrible, terrible gun. I don't know why. I'm okay with them adding it to the game. What I'm not okay with is the way that they made it a meta for the last year. So we will open our screws. These are the ones we need. This is the way. All right, so these long screws here will connect these fans to the radiator. So as always, just like with any of the other pieces of equipment, you don't have to tighten these things all the way in and down. I was going to say, this seems like I'm putting it on backwards. I think it needs to go this way. Okay, one. And I do the X pattern, especially when it's a four-cornered post. One, crossover, and then back up, and then down. If y'all know what I mean. Y'all see what I'm talking about here. Can y'all see this okay? Let me scoot a little bit closer so I can move this more towards the middle and you can actually see what it is we're doing here. Okay. So this piece is going to go into its hole. You mastered your Maddox? And named it Greg. You should have named it Knucklehead. Zaddy, there is really a whole lot of extremely nice people in the CODM community. So a whole lot of extremely toxic people in the CODM community. Val, the AK-47. The AK-47, would you name your AK-47, Val? Oh my gosh. You don't want this handsome face closer to the camera. I was already going... Somebody asked me earlier, like, Raider, what happened to your beard? I'm like... I had face surgery in my mouth, and when they had mouth surgery, my beard started disappearing. Like it's smooth as a baby's butt in some of these places. You can see where the hair doesn't grow. I don't know what happened. I've been to dermatologists, been to everything. So I used to grow the best beard. My wife used to think I was sexy because I could grow a beard. Now I can't. She still thinks I'm sexy, but I don't know why. Greg Maddox? I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Of course, Greg Maddox. I was a MLB fan when Maddox was tearing it up in the biggies. Name my AK-47 after your Vadim friend, Link YT from XSC. Oh, that's cool. Whoa. Haven't named any of your mastered guns? Ooh. Not even Camping Knucklehead? Oh, well, thank you, Double R. Thank you, thank you. All right. Double R with a big confidence boost for me. Thank you, homie. All right, so the reason why we're putting the fans in this way as well is because we want them to turn and spin a certain way and send the air a certain way. We want it out of the case. If we would have had it like this, we would have been bringing the heat out of the radiator back into the case. So this is going to blow air from the case out. So we will continue on our merry way. Just a reminder, at 2 o'clock Central today, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 5 hours from now, we have the Trovo Showdown. I will be playing in it. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be off kilter. But you know what? We're still going to we're going to try our best to not lose. That's all. We're going to try our best to not lose. I like this one, but I think I'm going to go one smaller for this. One smaller for this one. I think it just... Actually, going back to it, this other one was the exact right fit. I overthought it. All right, so again, I'm doing the crisscross method. One screw here. Your face terrifies people. Shut up. We already saw your avatar. It does not scare people or terrify people at all. Another raid. What is up? 3 raids in a day? Goodness gracious, people. Y'all are amazing. I don't know how or why, but thank you. Oh, you're playing tournament mode, Mo. Is it Attack of the Undead this week? I think it's Attack of the Undead. Okay. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4 on our method and ways of doing this. So get these all pieced out here. I know. Can you believe that? Another raid? Thank you so much, Soft. Thank you. You didn't hear what I whispered? I whispered very loudly that we have seen your avatar, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, you're not frightening. Don't even try to give us that. Just like I try to play off that, you know, I'm an ugly dude. It's just what we see about ourselves, and it's very hard to give yourself compliments. I know. It's hard to give yourself compliments, but I'm going to encourage you, Val, and anybody else on this stream. Don't let that voice tell you something else. That voice is wrong. You already know that you would not be in the position you were in if you know, did not. If like you have 6 kids, I would imagine that your husband finds you attractive. So I'm not. I would not worry about that whatsoever. So come at me, bro. All right, 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna have our 3rd fan here on the. Yeah, Double R. Tell him, Double R. We're not gonna have negative talk about ourselves here in this stream. Y'all don't allow me to talk negatively about myself. What's up, Jay Fern? How are you? Well, thank you, Double R. Thank you. Yeah, Dark Mode. Is the tournament mode rough this weekend? Is it bad? Are a lot of people tryharding and sweating? I honestly kind of like the undead. I didn't used to in the past, but once they brought this 2.0 version of it out, I really, really liked it. I don't care if it's just a camp or not. I just want the camos. I will have 3 of the camos completed. The Red Sprite, the Glacier, and the whatever that orange one is, Magma, whatever. I'll have all of 3 of those done today or this weekend. Val, why did you stop streaming? Well, you got to teach your kiddos how to accept them. What's up, Sick151? How are you? We're building PCs today. If I do something wrong and some of you are experts and you're like, hey, Raider, that's kind of dumb. Don't do it that way. Feel free to chime in. I would greatly appreciate it. Saving me from screw ups is a full-time job. I believe what I can do with these cables is the same thing that I did with those other cables from before. So we can reroute these and connect them up to that top part of the box. Yeah, hopefully you get to stream again soon, Val. See. Okay. I just am untwisting these cables. If we get to a point where we have to stop when we have to start warming up for the Trovo Showdown, we will do that. But as it sits, I don't think we're going to have to. Is this so they can daisy chain? That's boss. Maybe. One, two. RGB plus fan. RGB plus power. RGB plus power. It takes a village. Okay, here is your power. The other is the RGB. I don't know if these kind of will daisy chain. If they would daisy chain, it would make things so much easier. That's so perfect. These RGBs will daisy chain off each other so you don't have to run all those cables all the way up. You just need power. So you will continue the daisy chain loop right here. And for this one. And then when you do this one, you can connect up to the main system. Or maybe I need to do it the other way. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. So you played some Farlight 84 some more today, and I was fragging out in the lobby. Man, I have not heard. I have not played Farlight 84. I don't have an Android. What's up, Bobby T? What up? What up? Yeah, well, Double R, I will take any advice that y'all run across as we see it. I've included links to all of the different components, and I will continue to paste them as work through it. Right now, this is what we are working. This is what we're working through right here. Welcome X69. Boom. Here we are from that. All right. Power. 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 Separate from each other. Can you tell me about the what? What can I tell you about MLSH? Sorry, I just didn't understand it. I'm sorry, homie. Raider, the computer building knucklehead today. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. We have 3 power cables. And we have 1 full RGB string working together, and this is also power. So, now that we have these installed, we need to install the bracket. Okay. I'm just going to turn it this way. And I'll need to flip the bracket the same. So if this is gonna go in this part at the top, that is how that fits, and this is the top here. So if the top goes here, it looks something about like that. Yeah. Lockbox, just a backpack. Go buy some doors today and a lockbox for your husband's new. Gotcha. What kind of pistol? I only have one pistol. Double R. I fix it. You called it. It's absolutely vital to keep them secured for sure. I agree. One kid, it's vital. In my opinion. 2 exams tomorrow? Dang, what are your exams on, homie? Axelrod. Just curious what your exams are on. Use this side. Use the right pieces. You have, oh, that same lock spot. Oh, the same kit? Yeah, I love the iFixit kit. Yeah, I would like to know what your exams are on and what grade, like college, university, high school. Put it in the hole. No comments from the Peanut Gallery on that. No comments from the Peanut. Their midterms? Which subjects, though? I'm just curious. Like, what subjects are you studying? Or that you have exams on? Because I am a little bit of a... I love learning. I just love learning, right? Some things I am terrible. It's like, okay, hubby, here you go. I understand that. My problem here lately is buying computer components. He's a nerd? Awesome. We like nerds. We like nerds. I may have got... I knew I was about to do that. Don't ever do what I just did, because you'll end up doing what I'm doing now. Don't tighten your screws all the way down till you get all of them in and then go back through and tighten them. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake. Now we got a little bit of room to adjust. See? It's a lot easier to put these in. This really, honestly, only needs... I'm going to do 4 of corners and just cross here in the middle. I don't think it needs all of those screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nah, I don't think it needs that many. I may regret it, but I don't think so. I don't think so. Man, this screw is giving us some pity fits. There we go. The metal was just a little bit tight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this one here. To ensure that we are Gucci. there. What's up, Day Day? The Chain Snatchers. Which ones are they? Oh, okay. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely a nerd. You're studying science. Awesome. So in school, I was obviously in the science side of the house. I love science, chemistry, biology, physics. "10 years this October." That is awesome. What date? My wife's birthday is in October. That's the only date I have to remember. Well, her mother's birthday is also in October, so I remember that one too, but you get the point. Looky, 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 looky. Look what we have here. We have Radiator ready to go in. So far, so good. Nothing. I mean, we've had some minor things we've had to go in, lift and change, but for the most part, we have been rolling. You know, I think we've been doing pretty darn good for a bunch of rookies, or at least me a rookie. Feels like a rookie because I haven't done this in so long. It's not. That's not it. I know, this is the frustrating part. Figuring out the bits and pieces. If I put this all backwards, again, it'll be another rookie mistake. It'll feel like a rookie mistake because it's just been so long since I've done this. Definitely backwards. Good job, Kurt. Good job, Kurt. You are an amazing PC builder. All right, all that for nothing. You're not in your hometown right now? I need a drink. I need a drink. All right. I've got to flip this around. That's frustrating. I don't know why that didn't fit. This seems like it would fit, though. Let me double check one more time before I take all of these cables back out. One more time. That was my beat. That was definitely on me. So dumb, Kurt. Hey, y'all gonna get to see me Wi-Fi where, homie? Where's okay. Let's do this one more time. I just need to flip this over. Right? What kind of internet have you been getting, Day Day? They slacking? They slacking, sounds like. Well, I had no internet for 24 hours, so I can understand the slacking. You're not able to see what I'm doing right now. I'm just reversing the screw setup. I'll put it on the table so you can see here in a second. I stick my tongue out sometimes when I'm working. Yeah, don't laugh too hard. This way. I thought I tested that before, but what do you know? Knucklehead Kurt did not get it correct. Been using the homeschool hotspot. Whoa. Where'd you get your name, Day Day? Like your username. Did you get that from the movie Friday, or did you get it from somewhere else? Every time I see your name, I think of Day Day from the movie Friday. What's up, Clues? Welcome back, homie. We're still here. We're attempting to, at least. I'm going to take a break here in a minute and grab me some to eat to put in my face. Go to the bathroom. We've been going for like almost 3 hours already. About 3 hours already. Can't complain. Uh-oh. Two, three. Okay, yeah. Sometimes I talk to a few friends named you that. Oh, okay, cool. I do care, Val. I really do. Like, I enjoy the company that you all bring to me. I'm gonna be straight honest with you. All of you. Not off the movie. I think it's funny, though. Hey, babe. We're 3 hours in. What do y'all think? About 25% finished? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Thanks, love. Okay. Coming in to check on me. The dogs are going to go nuts, though, because they think that they have to eat. Woo, woo. This looks pretty now. This looks fire. What's up, MLS Age? Welcome back, bro. All right. Let's put this thing back in. What did I do? Okay. There we go. Now we can get this bad boy in. Boom, boom. The screws. Dust cover. Got it. You just came back from training? What were you training? 10 free-for-alls, 91, 20 on QQ9. Dang. You're going to have some platinum, or you already do have platinum. Something is not lining up right. I'm going to move this back here. I'm going to have to flip this case up on its hill. Wi-Fi is finally back. Nice. there. Sometimes things just get out of line, but nothing we can't handle. Nothing we can't handle. So, yeah. I'm gonna move this so y'all can't really see it right now, but I'm gonna take this piece out if I can, because I don't think it's necessary. It's just to kind of give it a little bit more room. I'm gonna open it up to give me a little bit more airflow and accessibility into places that I want to be. Endurance training, wow, Clues. Thank you for the Tetris love, Val. You've got Damascus on 3 accounts? Dang. Whew. Not bad at all. All right. I'm going to put a little bit more light onto it right here, just so I can kind of see just one screws or one on the other side. I think so. Let me get this one on the other side. I'm going to open up and I'm going to take this. Oh, no. There's not a screw on the other side. That came up. Now, take it off of this side. I'm going to take this bottom piece. Mine is 1.7. My KD is terrible. Bro, I've been running only marksmen and shotties basically this season, and my KD is like 1.25. In ranked. Let's see. Oh. Oh, okay. Oh. Found it. Found it. And we finally get to use this piece. Maybe. How does that go on to that? Connector. No. Oh, yeah. It goes here. Just like that. And then this like that. Voila. Now we have a bendable screwdriver. What are my BR arsenal weapons? Right now, my BR arsenal weapons are only things for weapon mastery. That's it. Hey, what's up, KQJ? Thank you for the stay safe. All right, we are. I have 2 more screws in this, and then we'll be able to take this piece out, I believe. Actually, we got it. Now we got room. Now we look pretty. Now that is smexy. That is sexy. Nice. Okay. Take off our bendable screwdriver because we don't need that at the moment. I thought I did, but I don't. I'm fantastic. Yeah, can you believe we're doing an IRL stream? It's kind of nervous. If I'm being honest. Kind of nervous. Because I could definitely have a terrible PC build setup that would not be beneficial to I've got some ideas on what I'm going to do with some of these screws too, like the way that I want to put them in. Some of these bigger screws that are like this, I'm going to put them on this outside piece because I believe that we have plenty of clearance, so it doesn't make sense to run all these others in so tight, you know, so that we can actually have some other screws available to us, if that makes sense. Thank you so much, KQJ. How was your weekend? You having a good Saturday afternoon in the UK? There's one. Okay. Put this one in. Two. If I'm being honest. Instruction on the cam is a good start. Yeah. I have the, I'll make those larger so everybody can see them. But I'm trying to go through each piece as it comes up. Something to hold on to. Nice. All right, see, so we have some ventilation holes on this side over here that we're going to allow our cable management to kind of roll through on this side. Our cable management will run through over. Come on, there we go. Cable management will run through over here. We've got all this bolted back on. We now have in the front so we can route it appropriately. Because this is the pump, I believe. This top with it. So far, we haven't shorted anything out yet, Dave. No guarantees, though. No guarantees that it won't happen at some point in time. Okay, so what I have put on the screen right now is the instructions to the water cooler. So I have a water cooling radiator for my processor because I honestly may play around and overclock it just to kind of be an enthusiast overclocker, not for anything that I would use for like gaming or streaming purposes. But this processor will go up to 6 gigahertz overclocked, which is crazy. The KS actually has something that this motherboard doesn't support, and that's the Intel GPU. They did not install the pins onto the CPU slot for you to be able to use the Intel GPU that comes on the chips, even though it is a KS and it has the ability to do it. I looked at the pros and cons of that. I have a GPU that I'll be using. None of the programs that I use utilize that Intel spec that is needed. So nothing that I use is going to matter. I'm about to turn this PC over so y'all can see it, so you're not just staring at some boring case. Because we're about to put the motherboard in. Okay? Or at least attempt to put the motherboard. Yo, see? Come on, camera. Look us up, bro. Look us up, bro. Okay. So you can kind of see here in the case, we now have the radiator on this front side with all of the connecting cables and whatnot. And here, this goes to our CPU, right? all I'm happy with that so far. No complaints so far. Right? No complaints so far. So the next thing we're going to need to do is install this MSI Godlike motherboard into our case. Screws set up, make sure that they go in holes appropriately. I'm not seeing the... Those are not the screws we are looking for. Those are not the screws we are looking for. Are these the screws we are looking for? Let's see. There's something thinner. I'm not seeing them. I'm gonna have to find them. Honestly. Where? They would have run off to. Oh, I put all my other motherboard components in my motherboard bag. That should usually help. Wi-Fi. These are SAS cables. Don't need that. Don't need any of those. My trash bag go. I had one rolling. There it is. All right. Slowly but surely, we're making a little bit of progress. Trash, 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 trash. Now that we've got everything situated, I should be able to find those screws. Let's check out these. These are for the CPU. I know that. Okay. CPU. These are not. These are AMD. I am missing a set of screws right here, homies. I messed up in game, was doing well grinding regional leaderboard. Gotta check the... Oh. No. So you're on the NA now? Dang it. Got some junk on me. Made a little bit of a mess of myself here. Let me throw this in the trash. I need to actually wash my hands. We just have thermal paste on us. We'll be okay. I have the 4090, Jenny. What's up, Tito? You wish you knew what? Oh. I don't know that I'm doing a good job, Tito. This is all... Right now, I can't find the screws to my motherboard. So, here is our motherboard. It's going to go over here. So let me switch to the actual motherboard. See, I need these screws right there. And let me maximize so y'all can see. And I will make this. I will make this bigger. All right. So this is what we're going to be doing right here. We're going to be installing the motherboard. I already have the Alienware. I do. I have it. That's what we're streaming on right now is the Alienware, but I'm going to give it to my son. I figured we would build one on stream. Jenny, you don't even want to know how much this was. 5? Fit in one way, and we are not there. Now we're there. Looky there. How clean is that? How clean does that look in there now? Can you see it a little bit better? Okay. So far, I'm successfully building it. Cheese and onion. Okay, Tito says, quick question. I see you have a built-in fan. What's the difference between that and a liquid cooler? Okay, so Tito. Let me hide this just for a second so you can see. So, Tito, this fan back here is just, this is just a case fan. I did on this front side, I had 3 of these case fans all installed on the front. I took them out because I'm doing liquid cooling for my GPU, for my for my processor. But I also have a GPU, and my GPU has a cooler on it. So I needed to make a decision. I had to make a decision on where. Here's the GPU. In case you're wondering. GeForce 4090 RTX. What is GOW? I don't know that I've played it. Gears of War? What do you mean by mid? Tell me what processor you're talking about, MLSH. Like, are you talking about an i7? Are you talking about an i5? How much RAM? Those things will help. Yeah, this is, honestly, this is about 5,500. 5,500. Don't say it too loud because my wife's in the other room. So I put like 10 grand into 2 PCs in the last month. One of them's going to my son, though. And it'd be his birthday, Christmas, and everything from this last year. And, yeah. Anyway, yeah, a mid-end PC for Game of War, Gears of War 3. I would need to know the specs for God of War. Sorry, I'd need to know the specs for that. Like, what specs is the mid PC? Is it a AMD? Is it an Intel? Is it Core i5? Is it whatever? Yeah. I've never played God of War. Okay. What I'm looking for now is I cannot find my screws. And it's going to drive me insane. Let's try this right quick before things get hairy. And go from there. Oh, of course I got Intel. Intel 13900 KS. Screw. Where are they? This is going to wear me out. I'm literally gonna. Try this one just to double check because I don't know where I set them. It's going so far. It's going good so far, Thanos. I just cannot find screws. I thought I took them out. Set them aside, but I guess not. Don't ever force the screws on your computer. Okay, here is my box. We have cable, cables, no screws. Cable. Empty box. Empty box. Alright. Well, we know it's not there. So that one's next place we can look is in the brown box. Give me 1 second. I'm looking. If y'all can hear me, I'm still looking for these screws. I will find them. You can see my big fat head over here. We will find them momentarily. 1 second. Oh. I'm looking. I can't find them. And I'm going to go crazy. I literally did not take anything out of the box until we got going. I do not see any. Like, I even got my little flashlight out here. Make sure you ground yourself while installing the motherboard. I have my grounding kit ready to go. No worries. I'm looking for my screws to my motherboard. Yeah, I used to build PCs. This is what I used to do back when I was in high school and college. But I'm no longer in high school and college. It's been about 10 years since I built one. I'm going to find these screws. This is going to Make my head explode. Going to make my head explode. I have everything that's right here. I'm not taking anything out of the box. Nothing out. None of the screws. Everything should be right here. But of course. So we do have options, though. I do have another PC here. I can take the PC out of and not be too worried about it, but I don't really want to do that. Let me see MLSH. Yeah, missing parts. Did I check under the entire PC that's sitting on the desk? Yeah. This right here, there's nothing under it. I'll put my strap on in just a second. Say, got this, got this, got this. Like literally, this box is empty. Yeah, thank you so much. What's up, Ash 18? We're trying to find our screws, which we seem to have misplaced because we're a knucklehead. I don't know where they would have gone. There's like literally no place they could have gone at all. Zero, zilch, nada, because I have not done anything. Okay. No, I haven't thrown it. Everything's here in the room. I have not thrown anything whatsoever out. I just went through all my other boxes. It's not there. These are definitely not it. Like things like this. These screws are just not it. These go elsewhere. Inside, like these are for the CPU. M2. They're supposed to come with a pack of screws. Like literally a whole pack of screws. So this is an M2. M2 locker. M2 locker. USB key. This should be just a little USB drive from MSI. Build you a PC. Thank you, Dave, for the little USB drive. Not screws. Not that. Another M2. All the other cables that go with it. These are thumb sleeves that don't have anything to do with it. I have nothing. I have nothing. There is not anything on this table or anything around it that is even similar to screws. I'm losing my mind. I think I'm losing my mind. Where would they have gone? Where could they have gone? There's no place it could have gone. Oh my gosh. This is kind of frustrating. I don't throw anything away. Like, here's my camera box. This is the camera and lens that I got. Ready to go for y'all soon on the new PC. Got all that. Have the gaming headset, so we're good there. We have case, dust cover, which we can actually put back on now. Can actually put our dust cover back on now. Chest cover on. Screws, different story. Here's all the cables that go with the CPU. These are all CPU cables that go with the cooler and everything that goes along with that. Here is our connectivity piece for the CPU cooler, and I am still lost for words on where the actual heck the screws are for this motherboard. These are not it. Yeah, I can't find the screws for the motherboard anywhere. I have every single screw set that came with it, except for there's no screws for the motherboard. More here. More here. The motherboard box is right here. I just went through it. It's not in it. I have no idea where they would have gone. See, I'm needing. It'll even show right here. It is this screw right here. This is where. Making sure that it's actually in here. I'm reading the No, this one has screws. Definitely has screws. I checked under my cap. It's not there. Good call, though. Da 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 da. Perfect. Yeah. It does not tell me anywhere where the screws are. It doesn't. Included packaging, nothing. A package of screws. Oh my gosh. A package of screws. Okay. Let's go through this once again. I'm going to go through all the different packages. First, all right. We have this. This is our Wi-Fi antenna. This is a Wi-Fi antenna, not screws. Okay. This is an external display for the actual motherboard that it'll magnetically attach. Just like this. And you can put it in, you can put it outside. It will give you all the different readings that you could ever want on your PC, right? I have... These are SATA and SAS cables. Nope. We have more. We have RGB, fan, RGB, fan, USB-C, RGB, fan, USB-C, USB, another just internal connector. So nothing in these. All internal connectors. Right? Next, we go along to the other screws that we got. All of these are the M2 lock screws. It even says it on there, M2 locker. That's all for these. That's all that these are, M2 lockers. Okay. Verified. Right, come on, Thanos. You can come help me anytime, bro. Okay, so that's not it. I fixed it. All right. USB-C, USB-C. I have no other cables whatsoever anywhere in my purview or screws or anything. Like literally, I have a 4-port USB hub that I'm going to use just so I can have some USB and USB-C close. Have Windows, some GoPros laying around. None of these, see, just have a GoPro that I hope to be able to connect into my system so we can have some extra clear, crisp quality. Okay. Mounting brackets for that. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing. Nope. These are USB-C. This is a processor case for an AMD. So we literally have nothing. Let me make sure it's not in any of these. Man, I appreciate y'all sticking with me. No, I did not put them under the motherboard. I promise I didn't do that. Okay. Nothing. See, here's all the other processor pieces. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to go to Plan C. Give me a second, and I will get the screws out. Yeah, there's always one thing, right? The box that the motherboard came with is right here. So here's all the accessory. Here's the internal box for the motherboard. We completely emptied it. Looked underneath. That's empty, right? Here is the motherboard box. The full box. There's nothing. Unfortunately, nothing. Okay. I wouldn't say that it's messy. It's just that it's a bunch of components that are in there. I'm not seeing more around this entire, like my floor is perfectly clean. Here's the bag that the motherboard came in. Nothing in it. No, definitely not my pockets. I don't have anything in my pockets. Yep, that's what I'm doing. I'm backtracking my entire way through. So another M2 locker. So we know that that is another, but we don't need it. We have our... I've just been keeping things in order, right? So we have our two Barracuda drives. We have our Intel processor box. We already got everything out of. It came with the case. I don't think it came with the screws. But nothing in this case either. Okay. We shall continue. Oh, I don't remember taking them out. I really don't. Like, I took things out one at a time. I still have. Like, I don't know how I have this, but not screws. We have this, but no screws. Okay. We shall continue. I'm sad. But I think I have a plan. I have a plan. I need 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 9 of these, so hold 1 second. I know I have another computer here. I can take them off that I'm not using anymore, but at the same time, I would prefer not to use them. 2 cover for this. Once we get it going, everything else is just not here. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go grab them. I think they probably forgot to put the screws in the box. No, you have to ground it, Thanos. If you don't screw these in, it doesn't properly ground the motherboard, so it's very big piece of it. Okay. Just to make sure there's nothing else in here anywhere. Yeah, I'm not seeing any screws anywhere of any kind in any hidden compartment or piece when it comes to the case. I wonder if the case came with them. Cable ties, L-shaped screwdriver. Here. I don't see this either. These are what we need. It says there's 29 of them? It says there's 29 of these things. Oh my gosh, look at this. I am not seeing 29 of these things anywhere. Yeah, I looked in the box. I looked in all of those. So I'm not seeing this, the cable ties or that. So they got to be somewhere. Yeah, it says there's 29 of these bad boys. Look. M3 5mm motherboard screw. There's 29 of them. I have no idea where. I have no idea where they could be. You know? It's down. You know? I don't know. I think they forgot to include them. There's no way there should be, but there is definitely. Yep, the case is the same company. Everything is the same. I've gone through all of them and I have not seen them. So that's what I thought too. I looked for tape anywhere inside or outside the box. Give me 1 second. I got an idea. Yeah, I thought they would too, Thanos, but. And I already checked the accessory box in my last age. This was the accessory box. I went through it. I completely emptied it for everybody. It's gone. Okay. Let's